Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happenings Today YouTube channel. Many Nigerians who do not understand who Peter Obi is seem to always predict him in a different dimension. And every time he keeps making them realize that he is a different breed of politician who understand the dynamics of meekness, humility, yet focus and integrity. In a moment, we're going to find out what is going on. Even the Agbadorians, the Baptists, I'm talking about the strong supporters of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, have no other option but to acknowledge that he is a great guy. You're going to find out why is that. And then, of course, in another news, some prominent lawyers, prominent Nigerians, politicians, and activists alike are overly getting worried over the caliber of persons visiting Aso Rock, and it's becoming a cause for concern. We're going to ram these two very interesting news, and of course we're going to analyze the situation. But before we do that, kindly subscribe to our channel by clicking on the right subscribe button. Beside it, you see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Okay, but let's start with what a top analyst, political analyst and lawyer have got to say about what is going on in Aso Rock. Well, according to the news, the former chairman of the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NEC, that's Sam Amadi, has spoken about the numbers and kind of persons and people visiting the villa in recent time. Well, since Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu was declared winner and sworn in as the president of Nigeria, several people home and away have been visiting him at the villa. Amadi, in a post that he made on his official social media page, said that he has been keeping count of how many convicted and arraigned criminals that have been visiting the villa. In his post, Amadi said all of these people never visited the villa during the tenure of ex-president Muhammadu Buhari. He said that how come more criminals now have access to the seat of power? He said that he's keeping count and also getting worried. Let me quote him word for word so we understand where he is coming from. He said, I am keeping count of how many convicted and arraigned criminals are visiting the presidential villa these days. I wonder, why didn't they visit that much under Buhari? How come more criminals now have access to the seat of power? I am keeping count and getting worried. Well, of course, many Nigerians have been reacting to it, and honestly, many Nigerians are wondering, how did we get to this level? But before we go into what Nigerians are saying, and my colleague also looking at this at length, let's find out what Peter Obi said and did that is making even Baptists, that's Bola Ahmed Tinubu, strong supporters, those who have been shouting on the mandate of Bola we stand, have been saying even about him. Well, this is what Peter Obi wrote on his social media page that has been bringing a lot of positive reactions. He said, my respected dear father, Professor Wole Soyinka, I join your family, your friends and admirers in celebrating with you as you mark your 89th birthday today. We thank God for the gift of your life in good health. As a person and as a literary icon, you have remained a revered and renowned figure, held in very high esteem by your compatriots and others all over the world. I salute your commitment and contributions in the struggle for a better Nigeria and humanity. While wishing you many happy returns of this day, I pray God to grant you more health of mind and body as you continue to positively contribute to our collective nation building effort. P.O. Peter Obi. That's usually his signature. Why a lot of Nigerians have been reacting to this is because some few months back, you could still remember that there was this, unnecessary dragging that took place between Peter Obi supporters and Wole Soyinka over the issue of fascism made by Dati during the build-up of the campaign and all whatnot, that Chimamanda had to come in Adichie and all that. You were almost degenerated to something else, but eventually matured minds were able to, even to some point that even Professor Wole Soyinka, happy birthday to you, sir, had to, at some point, had to call out that okay, does not mind having one-on-one debates, that she mentioned date and time, they should come on air and all that. We had the official campaign team of Peter Obi and that he had to say, look, not because of anything, but we respect you because of your age and your contribution to humanity. That alone keeps you on a very top pedestal. On that ground alone, we will not join issues with you. And that was honestly very respectable of both Peter Obi and Yusuf Dati during the build-up of the campaign. And now his birthday, and Peter Obi made it very bold. In fact, instead of them even really celebrating Peter Obi literally, they are actually, instead celebrating Professor Wole Soyinka, people were actually celebrating Peter Obi for that kind gesture. My colleague is here. We're going to look through what's your take. You heard what Peter Obi did and what even Sam Amadi is saying, that for just the few number of days, weeks, probably months, that Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been the president. They say they've been keeping count of the criminals visiting Aso Rock. That has never been like this. Even the ex-president Buhari, that the number is increasing and they're also getting increasingly worried. What's your take, please?
Well, everybody have their own friends, Another
So
thing,
their friend has to be a criminal.
no, now this is it. For me, I cannot really judge and cannot really tell. I'm not trying to support Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Inviting those kind of persons, visiting him and all of that. But one of the things I have heard, I've not experienced it, but I have heard people say about Bola Ahmed Tinubu is that when you are in trouble, he stands by you to the very end. And, people who may likely be in trouble are never good people per se.
But Nigeria needs good people to rule them.
You understand? So, for example, I could still remember when Wole Soyinka, who is being celebrated now on his birthday and all of that. So Wole Soyinka talking about when he went on exile.
Oh, still the same Tinubu came in.
That Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the wife especially were there for him. That they made sure that he was not stranded. I think in UK or so, they provided everything that he ever needed.
Even those spoons and pots.
Yes, spoons and pots. And they even cooked. The wife cooked for him, and he said for as long as he stayed there, he was never stranded. Now, which means this guy specializes in meeting people that are in need or in trouble. And when he salvages them like that, they will always show up at one point or the other to appreciate. Now that he is found in an extreme position, such people will still come around, to tell him, sir, man, we are grateful that you have come this far and all of that. The only thing is that we pray that the crimes that such people committed should not be repeated in his own time as a president, because Nigerians will not find that funny. But some of them are coming back just to show you that, man, this guy is a kind of a deliverer for those who are always maybe criminally in trouble, or maybe politically in trouble, and all of that. Whenever he sees people in trouble, he always stands in. He doesn't just sponsor people to go abroad and, to go and study.
That's the Peter Obi style.
Yeah, he doesn't really do much of that. But when you are in trouble, whether you are academically in trouble, financially in trouble, politically in trouble, hungry-wise in trouble, financially in trouble, he comes in. So, but the kind of trouble that you find yourself may be such that is projected societally as an evil trouble. You created it for yourself. You understand? So that's just it about it. And then still talking about someone like Peter Obi. Peter Obi is not just an ordinary man. He's a man that have been tutored by wisdom. I would say that. Why I'm saying that is because Peter Obi has learned that those who needs to be respected should be respected. My sister, it's not easy to live up to 89 years.
My God.
No matter what, I celebrate Wole Soyinka. It's not easy. And this man had lived up to
Still strong.
Still strong, and can coordinate himself when he's speaking. You won't see him mixing word up and down. I mean, it's not easy. So, and Peter Obi understands it, and he desires to live up to that age. So why wouldn't he celebrate people like that? You understand? Peter Obi is another one person that knows that everybody have a mind of their own. For the fact that I am Peter Obi does not mean everybody should support me. People have different ideology, you understand? And if people have different ideology, hey, why should you, because they have different ideology, you begin to get so angry with them and you don't want them to reason the way you feel like reason. It's totally bad. It's for you to find a particular ground where both of you will meet. But don't think that if you say my position is A and you give reasons why your position should be A, another person say my position is B, and you say that person is an idiot, why should he ever think B is a better position instead of him to align with me? So for him to say I am in A, he's my enemy. Peter Obi, whether we have different opinions, we are still friends. I respect you because of your contribution, all of that. We may have political ideology differences or political ideas that are different from each other, but hey, it doesn't stop me from respecting you. There's something one respectable religious leader said, who is in Ghana. He said, no matter how you don't like people, how you don't want them around you and all of that, always learn to respect people. He said, don't insult people, because a time can come that in future you find yourself aligning to those things that they said. You understand? Like today, I could remember the insult that was given to Jonathan during those days, for increasing fuel prices and all of those people are today in government. Are they not doing worse? Buhari was there. Did he not increase it? This guy is now here. The president is now here. Look at the prices of this thing. So you may not know the reason why he made those statements and all of them. Today they are aligning. You understand? So Peter Obi, no matter what, I may have a different opinion from you, but come on. I still love you, I still respect you. And I think that's a good way of life. You understand?
I guess that's a good wrap it up. Well said, I must say. Let's put in our comment section. What's your take? I have a different